Hello, welcome to my show. This camera is not user friendly, but I dowsed a couple weeks ago. I revisited Trump and the election, and I get Trump. It's changed. He changed his own uh, mind about 3 weeks ago, and initially I have always said for about 2 years that he was planning on trying to get Ivanka in right about now. And for some reason, in the last 3 weeks, he changed his mind. But I still doubt Ben Carson will be VP someday, and Ivanka will be president. And it's really, really high for her. And Don Jr., he's pretty high. He's at about 50%, but it's substantially behind Ivanka. Maybe he's a possibility down the road, but Ivanka definitely at over 90%. She's really going to get in there. But for some reason, Donald Trump changed his mind. The election itself, I still get may be delayed. Um, about 2 years ago, I was picking up it would be delayed or canceled, and I think it's more of a delayed. If events get out of control, it could be canceled. It could be something serious. But right now, I'm getting more of it's delayed, and it's probably to this coronavirus and this idea we must have mail-in ballots that the Democrats want to do because they need massive fraud to defeat Trump. That's kind of like what's going on. I do have Trump will win if he. I always had it if he stays in the election to election day and his name is on the ballot, he will win, and he will win probably about 38 states. That's pretty interesting. Uh, so he was kind of fudging it, and I think he came to a decision that things were too serious, and he couldn't take a chance. His own personal business has taken a big hit, and he probably needs to stay in office for the sake of his business, for the sake of his family, and for the sake of the country. And it wasn't worth the chance because the Democrats are just, and it's not Democrats, probably not the right wrong. This secret dark hand that's been running the country for the last, I forget, 30 years. They're not going to give up, and they'll go to the mat. And this is what the ballot is about. And they are essentially saying that this election is tainted because we're not using the mail-in ballot. So before we even have an election, they're going to dispute it because it's not the way it's normally been done. So they're ignoring the way we used to go to the polls and say, well, we want this mailing, but the mail is going to be just fraudulent. It's much easier to be fraudulent, and so getting fair elections is impossible. So whatever the outcome of the elections, the Democrats may dispute it. Probably will. It's like Stacey Adams, who ran for governor of Georgia. She lost, by a healthy percent or half a percent or something. And as soon as she lost, she says, I won the election. But she didn't. And then she said the other guys cheated. The other guys are racist. Therefore, I don't. So we're up to this kind of psychology. And the country really needs to make a strong statement. And we are going in the right direction. It would have been nice the networks would have changed by now, but it's all being kind of stretched out. The whole Mueller report went on for 2 years, and when I first, they took it down, by the way. That's one of the ones they deleted. When he was appointed, I put up a video saying, I doused that it was all phony. There was no material evidence there to go forward. And I knew they would try to make it go as long as they can, and they did. And I thought it would only go on for a few months, you know, and it went on for 2 years. And so don't underestimate evil. And this is not the Democratic Party of even 10 years ago, 20 years ago. These are different values. They're for the big banks, essentially. They're for the power structure that hasn't served us in the last 20 years. So, beautiful Raven. That's what I wanted to say. So, and this is a clear change. Trump's going to stay in the election. So he made up his mind 3 weeks ago. He will stay in the election. He will win it. And I'm getting about 38 states. So I will revisit this in a few days. Actually, I've done it a few times, and I still get the same answer. And I say, well, what was the answer 2 months ago or a month ago? And it was he didn't want it. He probably still doesn't want to, but now he's going to put his heart and soul into this, and he's going to be focused on it. And he's not going to wait for the Republican convention where he probably was going to do something, hand it over to his daughter. And but she still will be president. That's pretty. Hopefully, the country will survive, and we'll have prosperity return. And that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to keep it short, just on this one topic. So that's where I stand now, and then we'll see where we go from here. Thank you. Bye-bye.